Here come your South Kitsap Wolves! Well, welcome everyone here this evening for our triple duel match tonight, where South Kitsap will face Sumner, then Sumner will face Rogers, and then finally South Kitsap will face Rogers. Three great matches tonight. We're going to start out by introducing each member of the weight class, and we'll start right at the top and go right through. So, starting at weight class 100, for Sumner, J.J. Winterburn, and for Rogers, Kisa Carlson. Kaisa, sorry about that. At 105 pounds, wrestling for Sumner, Bailey Wagner. And she'll have 2 forfeits, unfortunately. At 110 pounds, wrestling for Rogers, Addison Manlow. Addison will receive a couple forfeits as well. Okay, we've got a full weight class at 115. For South Kitsap at 115 pounds, Taylor Abundis. And for Sumner, Chloe Herrick. And for Rogers, Reagan Helgren. At 120 pounds, wrestling for South Kitsap, Larissa Barfnecht. And for Sumner, Abby Warhatch. And for Rogers, Eiley McDonald. At 125 pounds, wrestling for South Kitsap, Rosemary Brooks. And for Sumner, Sage McCleary. And for Rogers, Adrienne Merritt. At 130 pounds, for Rogers, Lindy Strobridge. Lindy will receive 2 forfeits tonight. We will have an exhibition match, also at 130 pounds, I believe, between Sumner, Sally Marshall, and for Rogers, Lauren Nelson. We will have another exhibition match at 120 pounds between Sumner, Kylie McIntosh, and from Rogers, Peyton Pollard. Back to varsity at 135 pounds, wrestling for South Kitsap, Trinity Scott. And for Rogers, Kirsten McColman. Sumner has a forfeit. And then at 140 pounds, wrestling for South Kitsap, Haley Goss. For Sumner, Roxy Love Cedeno. And for Rogers, Corinne Mensanides. At 145 pounds, wrestling for South Kitsap, Persephone Miller. For Sumner, Trinity Wall. And for Rogers, Elena Rodriguez. At 155 pounds, wrestling for South Kitsap, Julia Palco. And for Rogers, Riley Mundell. At 170 pounds, wrestling for Rogers, Julia Darren. Julia will receive forfeits this evening. At 190 pounds, wrestling for Rogers, Ava Jensen. Ava will receive forfeits this evening. And that rounds out our lineups. Officiating tonight's match, we're lucky enough to have Steve Mastel. Thank you for being here, Steve. Our head coaches for South Kitsap, Quinn Ogan, and assistant coach, Derek Martin. For Sumner, our head coach, Aaron Ledesma, and assistant coach, Leah Desmet. And for Rogers, our head coach, Lucia Scott, and our assistant coach, Tom Triple. We are blessed this evening to have the South Kitsap Chamber Choir here to sing our national anthem. If we could all rise and remove your caps, and we'll turn it over to the South Kitsap Chamber Choir. Thank you to the South Kitsap Chamber Choir. All right, if we could have the captains out to the center of the mat. We are going to be starting our matches tonight at 125 pounds for South Kitsap and Sumner. Just a reminder to when we call your name to come over and check in at the head table. So the first match this evening between South Kitsap and Sumner. Wrestling for Sumner, Sage McCleary. And wrestling for South Kitsap, Rosemary Brooks. This is a great matchup here to start off. Rosemary Brooks, currently ranked 4th in the state. And Sage McCleary, currently ranked 5th in the state at 125 pounds. So a good matchup right off of the bat. Rosemary tries to throw there. We're back on our feet. Both wrestlers seem to be setting up that toss. We're tied up here, about a minute 15 to go in the first round. Rosemary tries the throw, the fireman's carrying, can't quite get behind for a takedown. We're still neutral. Minute to go in the first round. .35 seconds to go here in round one. Nice shot there by Brooks, in on a leg, trying to finish it. McCleary trying to get around. 15 seconds left here. Six seconds. All right, good first round. Wrestlers back and forth, but no points. We move to the second round. We're going neutral here. And we got a takedown. We have points scored here with 1:12 left in the second round. McCleary looking to get a cradle. Brooks trying to finish off the reverse. Hasn't lost control yet. McCleary still in control. And now she loses it, and we're tied up 2-2. Rosemary with the reversal. Rosemary's sunk the half here with short time to go. See if she can get a turn. And we go to the third round. We're tied up 2-2. Minute 30 here. Brooks trying to get to her feet. McCleary trying to get that turn. And we're on a minute to go. McCleary still in control. Rosie trying to get that escape. It's close. 30 seconds to go. McCleary working that turn, has that shoulder, putting the pressure on. "15 seconds. She's to her feet. Can't quite get that escape though. McCleary maintains control. 5 seconds to go. And we're going to overtime. All right, a minute in our first overtime round. Sudden victory. And we have a takedown. Going for the fall here is McCleary. Rosemary tries to, and she does. She gets out of the fall position, and the victory by decision goes to Sage McCleary. Good match there. Next up, wrestling at 135 pounds for South Kitsap, Trinity Scott. Trinity Scott will receive a forfeit. Next up at 140 pounds, wrestling for Sumner, Roxy Love Cedeno, and for South Kitsap, Haley Goss. Roxy Love Cedeno with the takedown. Minute to go in the first round. Cedeno sinks that half. Can't quite get the turn before the end of the round. Go to the second round here. Another takedown there for Love Cedeno. Sinks the half, getting a turn here, I think. Yep, getting a turn. And Roxy Love Cedeno with the fall in the second round. Our next match at 145 pounds from Sumner, Trinity Wall. And from South Kitsap, Persephone Miller. Trinity Wall is currently ranked 4th in the state at her weight class. And we have a double leg takedown by Trinity Wall there, the first points of the match. Trinity Wall with the fall. Next up at 155 pounds for South Kitsap, Julia Palco. Julia will receive a forfeit. So our next match, we roll up to the lightweights at 100 pounds. Wrestling for Sumner, JJ Winterburn, and she will receive a forfeit. At 105 pounds, wrestling for Sumner, Bailey Wagner, currently ranked 2nd in the state. She will receive a forfeit. Next up at 115 pounds, we got a match here. Wrestling for Sumner, currently ranked 11th in the state, Chloe Herrick. And for South Kitsap, Taylor Abundis. Abundis with the takedown. Bundus with that arm bar. Sinks a half, trying to get that turn. .45 seconds here in the round. Bundus with the cradle, but that turns into a reversal here for Herrick. And Chloe Herrick comes back for the fall victory. So our last match in this duel tonight at 120 pounds, matchup of two ranked wrestlers. For Sumner, Abby Warhatch. And for South Kitsap, Larissa Barfnecht. Sumner's Warhatch currently ranked 6th in the state. South Kitsap Barfnecht is currently ranked 10th. Steve Mestel, one of the more sensitive referees in our league, saves that ladybug's life. And we appreciate that, Steve. minute to go here in the round. "15 seconds, 0-0. Warhatch has the arm bar and trying to get that turn. Gets the turn. Two-point near fall for Warhatch. Warhatch sinks the half here with 25 seconds to go in the round. Abby Warhatch with the fall. And that concludes our duel tonight between South Kitsap and Sumner. Our next duel match will be between Sumner and Rogers. Okay, we're gonna get started wrestling here. And our first match is going to be an exhibition match. And it will be at 120 pounds, wrestling for Rogers, Peyton Pollard. And for Sumner, Kylie McIntosh. All wrestlers check in at the table, please. Pollard with the first takedown. Pollard trying to work the turn here. And sinks that half. And Peyton Pollard with the fall. Next up, wrestling at 130 pounds, another exhibition match between Rogers, Lauren Nelson, and for Sumner, Sally Marshall. Two-point takedown for Lauren Nelson. Nelson gets the turn and a cradle and the fall. Lauren Nelson. Okay, we will be starting our varsity match tonight at 130 pounds. Wrestling for Rogers, currently ranked 12th in the state. At 130 pounds, Lindy Strobridge. And Lindy will receive a forfeit. All right. Next up, at 135 pounds, wrestling for Rogers, Kirsten McColeman. Kirsten will also be receiving a forfeit. Thank you. All right, our next match at 140 pounds, wrestling for Rogers, Corinne Mencenides. And for Sumner, Roxy Love Cedeno. Love Cedeno in on the leg, trying to turn the corner. And can't quite finish. Mencenides gets back neutral, or stays neutral. And we're still on our feet here, minute 20. Mencenides in on the leg and gets the takedown. Love Cedeno gets the escape. We're neutral again, 2-1, Mencenides. Mencenitas in on the leg. Love Cedeno counters it and gets the takedown to take the lead. 5 seconds to go. Oh, close to getting a turn there. Just ran out of time. Love Cedeno with a 3-2 lead. Mencenitas with the escape. We're tied up. Here we go. And a takedown for Love Cedeno, and she takes the lead. Looking for a turn. Just under a minute to go in the second round. Okay, we're neutral. 30 seconds to go in the round. 5-4, Love Cedeno. Mencenitas with short time in on a leg and gets a takedown for the lead. We got a good back and forth match here. 6-5, Mencenitas moving to the third round. Love Cedeno eager to get right back going. Chooses bottom position. And explodes out for a quick escape and ties it up. We're tied up with a full round to go. About a minute to go here, tied up 6-6. Who's going to get the takedown? No points yet. And there we go. Mencenitas with the takedown and near fall. 30 seconds. Love Cedeno's got to get busy. Down by 5 now. She's got to get up. Gets 1. 20 seconds to go. Got to take her to her back. 7 seconds. Really good match here. Best match of the night so far. Love Cedeno. Mensanitas gets the decision. Good job, girls. Next up, wrestling at 145 pounds. This is a matchup of two state-ranked wrestlers. Wrestling for Rogers, Elena Rodriguez, currently ranked 5th in the state. And for Sumner, Trinity Wall, currently ranked 4th in the state. And Wall gets to go behind for a first takedown. Elena Rodriguez looking to get a reversal, and she gets it. And it looks like she's getting near fall points as well. Strong move there by Elena Rodriguez. And Elena Rodriguez with the fall. Strong move there. Next up at 155 pounds, wrestling for Rogers, Riley Mundell. Riley will be receiving a forfeit. Next up, wrestling at 170 pounds, wrestling for Rogers, Julia Darren. Julia will be receiving a forfeit. Next up at 190 pounds, wrestling for Rogers, Ava Jensen. Ava will be receiving a forfeit. Okay, we're back up to the top. At 100 pounds, wrestling for Rogers, Kaisa Carlson. And wrestling for Sumner, JJ Winterburn. And Carlson gets the takedown. .30 seconds to go here in the round. Carlson in with another shot. Two-point near fall there. .45 seconds to go here. Carlson looking to get that takedown and scores it to extend the lead 10-2. 20 seconds to go in the second round. Ooh, getting some near fall. Close. Close. Minute to go in the match here. Oh, we got Winterburn's looking to get a turn here. Down 10-2. And Carlson trying to get the reversal. And a reversal for Carlson. 12-2 with 24 seconds to go. Short time here, 7 seconds to go. And Carlson with the major decision over Winterburn. Next up, wrestling at 105 pounds, for Sumner, Bailey Wagner. And she will receive a forfeit. Next up at 110 pounds, wrestling for Rogers, Addison Manlow. And Addie will receive a forfeit. Next up at 115 pounds, wrestling for Rogers, Reagan Helgren. And for Sumner, Chloe Herrick. Herrick with the takedown. Two-point near fall for Herrick. All right, we go to the second round. Herrick up 4-0. Reversal for Herrick. Herrick getting those legs in again, trying to. Two-point near fall for Herrick. .30 seconds to go in the round. Herrick sinks the half, trying to get the turn. And she sinks it. 10 seconds to go, short time. Oh, and it's a fall right at the end of the round for Herrick. Next up, wrestling at 120 pounds for Rogers, Eileen McDonald. And for Sumner, Abby Warhatch. Warhatch getting near fall here and gets the fall. Our last match in this duel at 125 pounds, wrestling for Rogers, Adrian Merritt. And for Sumner, Sage McCleary.
Sage on three! 1, 2, 3!
McCleary with the takedown. That leg shot. And McCleary with the fall. And that concludes our match between Sumner and Rogers. Our final match will be between South Kitsap and Rogers. All right, we'll be starting at 135 pounds for our last dual match. So at 135, wrestling for Rogers, Kirsten McColeman. And for South Kitsap, Trinity Scott. McColeman with the takedown. Minute to go and McColeman gets a turn. And it's Kirsten McColeman with the fall in the first round. Next up at 140 pounds, wrestling for Rogers, Corinne Mancinides. And for South Kitsap, Haley Goss. Mancinides in on the leg, gets a takedown. Manzanitas gets the cradle. And Goss gets out of it and gets neutral for an escape. There's the escape. Injury time. Manzanitas with the takedown. And a reversal. Reversal for Goss there. Manzanitas gets the cradle. Looking to get it flipped. Goss fighting it off. Manzanitas sinks the half and looking to get near fall points with a minute to go in the second round. Mensanitas with the fall. Next up, at wrestling at 145 pounds, for Rogers, Elena Rodriguez. Elena will receive a forfeit. Next up at 155 pounds, wrestling for Rogers, Riley Mundell. And for South Kitsap, Julia Palco. Mundell with the takedown and near fall and the fall. Next up at 170 pounds, wrestling for Rogers, Julia Darren. And Julia will receive a forfeit at 170 pounds. Next up at 190 pounds, wrestling for Rogers, Ava Jensen. Ava will receive a forfeit. Okay, back up to the top. At 100 pounds, wrestling for Rogers, Kaisa Carlson. She will receive a forfeit. Next up at 110 pounds, wrestling for Rogers, Addison Manlow. And Addie will receive a forfeit. Next up at 115 pounds, wrestling for Rogers, Reagan Helgren. And for South Kitsap, Taylor Abundis. Abundis with the takedown. And a turn for Abundis with 1:15 to go. Three-point near fall for Abundis. Sets up again here. "30 seconds to go. Bundus gets another turn. Three-point near fall for Abundus. Abundus switches out, gets the reversal, goes back to work on top here, starting with an arm bar. Abundus with the fall. Next up at 120 pounds, wrestling for Rogers, Eiley McDonald. And for South Kitsap, Larissa Barfneck. Okay, we're going to the third round, no score. Close match here. And we have a point. Escape for Larissa Barfneck. Forty seconds. Twenty seconds. Barfneck holds on 1-0 for the decision. Next up at 125 pounds, wrestling for Rogers, Adrienne Merritt. And for South Kitsap, Rosemary Brooks. Rosemary Brooks will receive a forfeit. And our final match then at 130 pounds, wrestling for Rogers, Lindy Strobridge. And Lindy will receive a forfeit. And that is our dual match tonight. So thanks everyone for coming out. Thank you, Rogers, for being here. Great wrestling. Thank you again, Steve Mastel. We'll see you tomorrow. South Kitsap Invite.